Hey there, friends. I hope you are having a sweet September Saturday. It's damp and cold here. It's not raining anymore. We've had a lot of rain this week, but it is. We are moving into September. Me and I saw the geese migrating this morning, which was a majestic thing to see. It was crazy wild. I've got a couple of new journals going in the shop today, you guys. We have a bird-inspired journal. We also have our Peacock Journal. I wanted to send a shout out to Miss C, who very sweetly shared some of her fabric bounty. She said she found a fabric sale with us to make journals with. I was so happy about it. Thank you, Miss C. I really do appreciate that. This Peacock Journal is finished off but with a bead strand that features mostly glass beads as well as these kind of Pandora style beads. So let's take a look at Peacock. Peacock really does have like a long history and lore. When Argus was killed by Mercury, it's in the Greek mythology, Hera takes Argus's eyes and she put them into the feathers of her pet bird, and she added jewel tones and starlight jewels, and made Peacock into a symbol of royalty and power. There are also all kinds of lore and myths about Peacock, so you might find that interesting reading. We start with a chippy that says Discover on a botanical background here. Of course, we have 8 pockets chock full of things for you to create with. What is a flow journal? A lot of people still ask me that question. I mean, to me, a flow journal is a book of creative elements. It is a book of photos. It's a book of images. You might have some fabric. You'll have stickers. Mine featured things that aren't typically found in, a type of flow journal. I love to do these story clusters in my journals because I think that, if we have a journal is a journey. And how do you go on a journey? You usually write about it. This one says Little Things, Big Moments, and it features all kinds of images that you can create into a storyboard. You can break apart the images, use them as chippies, do whatever you want to with them. These books are meant for you to create with. I've had folks who kindly bought them and went, I just can't tear that up. And I'm like, well, you don't really have to tear it up. You can remove the elements from the journal because it is a wrap bound journal, and use them any way that you want. To me, a journal like this is a portal. It is, it's a spark. It's a way to maybe rekindle your love of art. Maybe you're a mixed media artist, and sometimes just that constant cutting out of things to collage just kind of, you're like, oh, I'm gonna cut some stuff out again. Maybe this is a good way to have pre-cut items for you to work with, as well as original collage pieces that I like to call chippies. This is one of our creative cluster kits. We put these in journals as a quick jump off point. This creative cluster kit is Flutter, and if you would like to know exactly what is in the kit, you can view the creative cluster kit show and tell that is dated September the 28th. So you have art trading cards, you have art trading coin blanks, you have these beautiful images, vintage text. And I think with vintage text, that's just a ton of possibilities right here. With this one, I did some stamping on it. I stamped a lady's face on it, so that may give you ideas as to what you might like to do with an element like that. We have old images from encyclopedias. I like the way I do try to curate colors together. You have these, kind of subdued golds, a distressed kind of thing going on here with the moss green, the forest green, as well as this beautiful crucifix image. I think this is in the Church of St. Lazarus in France. Very super cool. Then I thought that paired really well with the Lord's Prayer. That was in an encyclopedia piece that I had. And I really do like just the colors of these things together. This is an old piece of advertising from a book, and I just thought that was really super cool too. This is from Simplicity, How to Sew book. I really did like the way this rust orange kind of played with the red star that we had going on here. Another fascinating find was a book at the library called Displaying Great Finds, and it was how to reimagine your antiques and collectibles into home decor. I think it was a 1992 book. You know, we used to kind of be into that, and now we're more into less is more, instead of trying to, you know, trying to display our collections. I know lots of people really do enjoy that. I like this fabric cluster that we have going on here. This is a kimono. This is fans. You know, I always think about fans, you know, Japanese fans, and then we have some Japanese art right here. So that all kind of flows together. You know, we have the fabric elements on the page from the Simplicity Sewing catalog. So that kind of worked really nicely together. You'll also have these 4x6 cards, and this is a pull-out element. You're able to pull it out and create your very own card. I love this photo of, he's not a soldier, he is a firefighter, and this was from an old image from a magazine. But there's just something about it that I found very captivating. And to me, for some reason or another, he is presenting as an artist, and he is presenting as someone who is thinking about capturing the scene around him in drawing. So the chippy does reflect just my thoughts about this photograph. It says, spent his time drawing. I did not know that in World War II, they sent men into the battlefield with art kits and painting kits to camouflage tanks. I did not know that, and I thought I kind of knew a bit about World War II. Chris loves World War II, so of course over the past 26 years we've watched a lot of World War II movies. We have some Inspector Poirot for you, a little Joker card. I went to a churchyard sale and just got all kinds of cool ephemera to use in the books, and I was very happy about that. This is a mini cluster that has a piece of fabric. It has alphabet images as well as numeric images right here. A little bit of Alice in Wonderland. You know, nothing is nothing without just a little look at space and the stars. This is great Ganymede. Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system. It is bigger than the planet Mercury because it travels around Jupiter and does not orbit the sun by itself. It cannot be called a planet. Isn't that just fascinating? This is a woodcut from a history magazine. Another piece from Encyclopedia. Now this is the formation of running oil film. I think that these types of illustrations are so cool and really fun to work with, especially if you can kind of, you know, sort of reframe that image in some way and use it on a piece of mixed media or use it on an art trading card or another piece of art. She really thought she meant it. is the Chippy. This is a 1991, 92, and 93 calendar. I thought that that was really neat. I love old text. Now you're going to have a bit of, this is German, this is Polish, this is from the 1852 report to Congress. It's arranged in letter form. Apparently Congress sent out, a letter asking farmers to comment about their crops, what was selling well, what was not doing well. It's very, very interesting because it is in letter format. For Thy Sweet Love Remembered, I love that Chippy in association with this vintage. This was a German greeting card. I thought that that was really pretty. It's fall, y'all, so we do have elements of fall here. A little bit of pumpkin for you, sparkly paper. And we're starting to incorporate a bit of Halloween, so you are going to see some Halloween images in here. Love my shell book, and I was excited to go to the library and find another shell book to share with you guys. Just the stories, the habitats, the remarks about these shells really make interesting reading. And that's another fun thing about a book like this, is it's very interesting to just read the book. There's plenty of stuff here to read, to enjoy, to learn. This is early Ironworks. This was a book that was given to me a while back, and I just thought it was so fun, especially like this, this rhyme here. Week in, week out, from morn till night, you can hear his bellows blow. You can hear him swing his heavy sledge with measured beat and slow, like a sexton ringing the village bell when the evening sun is low. Now that is a poem about early American smiths and iron masters. We have some more, just a little mini cluster. And you have to look at the mini clusters that are put on the page with a paper clip, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things to play with right there on that page. So the books are interactive. They're meant to be picked up and played with, and the cool thing is, after you get finished creating in a flow journal, then it's got pockets, so you just put everything that you just created back in the pocket. Great little way to get a jump start with Happy Mail or anything like that. This is our Feathers and Arrows kit. It really turned out nicely. Sometimes we just have to let things go. Amen, 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 amen. We've got some Lucy and Charlie Brown right here. We got Woodstock on a broom. I love that. Again, you've got 4x6 cards, so make yourself some cards. Make yourself maybe greeting cards. Maybe there's someone you haven't said hello to in a long time, and you can pull out one of the greeting cards, use some of the images here, and make a very nice hello card for someone. Now is the winter of our discontent. May glorious summer by the son of York. And that is Shakespeare from Richard III, Act 1, Scene 1. I thought this girl was just absolutely gorgeous here. Piece of advertising for you. All kinds of different again, from the Ironworks book, different sorts of irons. I love that book. It really does give you a glimpse into history. It's like a total history lesson. Like this little clementine pumpkin. So they've peeled a clementine and put a stick of celery in it, and it looks like a little piece of basil right there. Isn't that cool? I guess we're not going to have Halloween. I cannot express how sad I am about that. There's got to, and Chris always does like this big decor in the front yard, but I guess that might not be happening this year. Love the way these blues played together. The blue of this shirt with this really exotic table setting. I love a tablescape. Who was that lady that called it a tablescape? Sandra. She had a cooking and decor show. I don't get the Food Network anymore, so I don't remember exactly what it was. A little mini cluster right here for you. A little bit of space, because I love space. I'm a space cadet, raised during the space age. And the Ladies' Home Journal cluster, you'll have tags to play with. You'll have bookmarks to play with. I did not do a measurement here, so let's kind of look at the thickness of this baby. It's about 5 1/4 inches thick. And that is our Peacock Journal. Let's take a look at Birds and Butterfly. Love this sweet little, that almost looks like a cardinal, y'all, but please don't quote me on that because I'm not really sure. I love, love, love this this fabric. I thought it matched really well with this, the yellow beads, the stars, the amber colored glass beads, as well as this tiger's eye piece that I found. I thought that went really nicely together. This book is... this one's about 5 1/2 inches. So let's take a look in here and see what we see. We start off with a little mini cluster that has 3 elements and the word joy. We do have our 3x3 mini books that we always love to put in here, because this kind of gives you an opportunity to pull out this book, start going through your journal, clipping elements that you like, and you know, you can use this as a mini glue book. An herb garden on the windowsill. This is a pull-out piece that has all kinds of wonderful images for you. This is an index of recipes. I think things like that are really fun to pair with a picture of chefs. We have German text here, Polish text here, the Ironworks book. I love that. Olympic Mons is the biggest volcano on this planet. The planet has a big split on its surface. So again, you can pull this out and be able to read all about it. This is really cool. A guy fishing, and you have like part of his fishing pole and his fishing lure here. A mini cluster here that has fabric, art trading card blanks, a really intriguing little chippy bit that says hidden by the shadows, so you can see what all you have to work with here. Our Simplicity sewing book that we're so fond of. I really did like this mermaid pattern. I was so lucky to find that paper pad. It was a Recollections paper pad, and it was $5. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have that. Artists, when your creativity comes to life, and you know, make every day about creating a little bit of art. This is a great lap book. You can take it downstairs. You can put it on your desk in the morning. It gives you an instant jump off. You know, it's kind of like an art puzzle. When I open my Flow journal, I really get this sense of kind of escape. You can use it as a portal. You can use it as a friend, a new friend, an old friend, a comfort, a rabbit hole, a lap book. There's just so much that you can do with it. Kind of has all the elements that you need. I love to sit down with my Flow journal and a glue stick and scissors, and that's it, man. That is all you need to just really jump off to, you know, to these different creative worlds. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements right here in this small cluster. Again, things are curated, and that kind of helps you with your colors. It helps you, you know, when you want to get into the flow, the thing that you don't want to do is think too much about it. This is our Flutter cluster. A little bit of Peter Newell from Alice in Wonderland. We have art trading coin blanks, art trading card blanks, a little bit of art history here. This is a story starter that has all kinds of similar kind of it's like looking into someone's scrapbook. Okay, so you'll have different sort of pictures to ponder. This one is about going places and doing things and seeing things. You know, maybe you were planning a trip for 2020 and it just didn't happen. Maybe, you know, maybe a flow journal is kind of a soothing thing to have. You can kind of explore in it, and you can kind of make up story, you can make up poems, you can make up writings, you can make up short stories. It's just a wonderful way to have creative elements right here. You know, you don't have to empty any bins, you don't have to empty any drawers, you don't have to look for a piece of fabric because things are curated. You have, I mean, this is purple curation right here. We have purple, 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 and a swatch of purple here. These beautiful purple tissue hearts, and there's actually purple cabbage, a picture of purple cabbage from a seed catalog that I really thought was cool. Have a little bit of Christmas for you, a little bit of night looking at the stars. And our kit right here, this is Feathers and Arrows, My Heart's Desire. I love all of the colors here. Don't forget, you have all these fibers to play with as well. You have ribbon, you have sari ribbon, we have all kinds of things to, you know, to bind your creations together right at the top of the journal. So again, you know, you don't have to go into your, I love the way all this worked together. So you have this octopus, this, I think that's a squid, along with an old map, along with some vintage text, along with this piece of paper right here. So again, you know, you don't have to dig in your bins, or you don't have to get things out. And then, you know, getting things out means cleaning things up, and, you know, before you know it, you kind of got a mess going on. But, some people love to work like that. And if you are one of those people, then more power to you, man. We all create in our very own way. We all have our own way of doing things. I kind of like the way this went together too. We have this stellar arrangement of fruit here, citrus as well as apples on this yellow background here. The greens really did match really well with the chippy portion we've got here. This is a picture of an old cookbook, which went really great with Ultimate Pizza, which went really great with this green right here that we have going on. Place settings. I love place settings. Hello, number 1. This is a glossary, landscape, mythology, naturalism, nocturne. Lots of fun things to play with right there in that pocket. Anytime you see a piece of 3x6 paper, remember that is a mini book. You can certainly fill that with any kind of paper that you want and make your very own mini book out of it. Seashells. This says create. We've got some Halloween going on here. So much work to do. That's a girl thing. Good grief, there's always so much to do. This is the front of a vintage greeting card. It says with many loving wish for Christmas. So I feel like that is maybe an original greeting card. A joyous Eastertide. I love the colors along with these purple moths down here. So lots of magazine images for you to play with. Let's face it, man, magazines they're just fun to play with. We've got Michelangelo here. We've got David. Again, a cluster, a mini cluster. 1, 2, 3, 4 things to play with right there on that page. Oh, 5 things to play with. 6, 7, 8 things to play with there. And we end with our Ladies Home Journal kit, as well as a little assortment of papers, tags, bookmarks in the last pocket. So there we go, my friends. We have birds and butterflies. She's kind of so big she doesn't quite. Hold on, and I'll kind of show that to you. Hold on. There we go. I'm going to turn her like this because she's so big. Thanks for hanging out with me, y'all. Thank you so much for the support at the Etsy store. I will talk to y'all soon. Have a great September Saturday. See you later. Bye.